Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I thought I would sit down and film my summer favourites video. When I first started my channel a few months ago, I used to do monthly favourites videos, but they kind of didn't do that well on my channel and I kind of lost a little bit of interest in doing it every month. So I took a bit of a break from it and I decided to do it a little bit differently. So rather than doing monthly favourites, I'm now going to be doing seasonal favourites. So it's the same kind of thing, but I'm going to be showing you all the products that I've loved throughout the summer rather than in individual months. So if you want to see which products made my favourites throughout the summer, then please keep watching. So I'm going to start with Fake Tan because I have 3 different tanning products to show you. If you know me, you know that I love my Fake Tan. I Fake Tan every week pretty much all year round. Summer, as you know, is the time when it's a little bit warmer outside and you want to show off a little bit more skin. So for me, I have to make sure that my tan is perfect all the time. So I have 3 different products that I have been using throughout the summer, and these are also the ones I use all year round as well. So they are all from Bondi Sands, and the first one I'm going to show you is their self tanning foam in dark. This is my absolute all-time favourite Fake Tan. I've tried a lot, trust me. I've even tried their ultra dark, but for me, I don't know if it was just a bad bottle that I picked up, but it turned me green. I might try it again at some point, but I find that the dark foam makes me darker than the ultra dark, which sounds really weird. I absolutely love this tan because it makes me the darkest than any other brand that I've tried in like the least amount of applications. So for this I tend to use, it depends what I'm using it for. If I'm using it for something in particular like an event that I'm going to, depending on how much time I have to prepare for that, I will use probably about 2 coats of this, but it is really good in just 1 coat as well. I found that it's just really nice and dark but without looking too orange. It looks really natural. It smells like coconut, which I like the smell of coconut but I don't really like the taste. Not that you're going to eat this, but I quite like the smell, and I just find that it lasts such a long time on the skin. I can wear this for about 5 days before it starts to go patchy, but that's if I can't be bothered to like maintain it properly. If I can be bothered and I moisturize properly and sort of lightly exfoliate as I go through the week, then I can make it last up to about 10 to 12 days possibly. I actually got away with wearing this for about 12 days quite recently and it didn't really look patchy at all. But then I was moisturising every day and I was taking good care of it. But it does last a long time if you do try, but sometimes I just can't really be bothered. But it does still last a good few days. That is like my go-to fake tanner. So the next one I have is their Liquid Gold Self Tanning Dry Oil. Now I have used this on its own, like from scratch, like with no fake tan on, and tried to build it up, and it did look nice, but it did take a while for the colour that I wanted, whereas this one gives me a darker colour quicker. So I use this one all the time, but then this one I find is perfect for in-between applications. The idea of this one is that you spray it on, you rub it in, it dries really quickly, it's not sticky at all, and then you can just get dressed and go. You don't have to wait for the application to be on for about 8 hours like some tans do. You don't need to shower this one off, which is why I absolutely love this one. I think it's so handy, especially if you're putting it on for a night out or something and you've already got some of this one on. It will just add that extra glow and you don't need to worry about it transferring. And I find that this liquid gold does also moisturize your skin as well. It doesn't leave your skin feeling dry. It feels like it's moisturized and you're also getting a tan as well. So this one is definitely a favourite. So these 2 are like my ultimate go-tos when it comes to fake tanning. But then also my last Bondi Sands favourite for the summer is their Self Tan Eraser. I bought this the day they announced it and they released it. I went straight into Boots and bought myself a bottle because I had to just try it out. I have found that before I started using this, it was really difficult to get my tan off a lot of the time. Even though when your tan starts to go a bit like scaly, it could still take days of like numerous baths and showers and scrubs to get the tan off, and it's just not what you want. It's just time consuming, it hurts your skin, especially when you're doing it weekly. So when Bondi Sands came out with their self tan eraser, I had to give it a go because I was just like, if this works, this could be life changing. And I tried it and yep, it pretty much is life changing. I know that sounds really sad, but for anyone that uses fake tan or as much as I do, you'll know how frustrating it is to get your tan off sometimes. So this little invention is such a good idea. So what you do with this is you just pump on the foam to your skin. So it usually works best if you've had your tan on for about 3 days. I can't say I've tried it for any less because I've never really needed to. So every time I've used this, it has been over 3 days worth of tan that's been on my skin. What I do is I just pump a few bits of foam onto my skin and rub it in. It's kind of like the same consistency as their foam. It's also the same size bottle, so you get quite a good amount of product. And I rub it into the skin and then just wait for 5 minutes. You can rinse it off with a wet flannel. You can just wipe the tan off your skin, but I like to go in with a scrubby glove just because you get that added exfoliation as well. So I just then exfoliate my skin and it just comes off so well. I find that it takes the bulk of it off. I wouldn't say it brings it off 100%. It does take about 95% of the tan off, and I just like to use an added exfoliator when scrubbing off my tan and also prepping my skin for a new layer of fake tan. Especially, like I say, as I do it every week, I want to make sure that my skin is in the best condition it can be to make sure that the tan will look as good as it can. So this one has literally been a lifesaver, and it couldn't have come at a better time because over the summer, like I say, you want your tan to be perfect all the time, and it just helps with getting your tan off to be able to then reapply it. So yeah, those 3 tanning products are definitely like my all-time favorites, and I probably wouldn't use anything else, so I couldn't use one without the other. I find that they all work so well together, and they give me the best possible looking tan, and that is why they were all in my summer favorites. Okay, so next up, I'm kind of late to the game with this one because everyone's had them for such a long time, and I only got these a few weeks ago, but it was still technically summer, so they can still be part of my summer favourites. They are the Quay Australia Desi Perkins collaboration, the sunglasses. I bought these in the gold frames, and oh my god, I absolutely love them. What I love about these is that it sounds like it should be really obvious, but when you put them on, it's really dark to look through them. I can't really describe it well. I'm not really good at describing things, but I have quite a few high street brand sunglasses that I look through them and I'm still kind of like squinting a little bit because the lenses themselves aren't like the best quality. When I put these on, I was just like, whoa, because they really do block out so much light. I'm not having to like squint behind them, which is probably a good thing. I actually wore these in a few different blog photo shoots that I did recently, and they just completely changed each outfit. They just looked amazing. I was gonna get them last year and I didn't, and then I thought, you know what, this year I'm just gonna get them, so I did, and I'm so glad that I did because they are such good quality sunglasses. When you invest in something quite expensive like this, you do expect it to be of high quality, and they are definitely high quality. I know she's just released some more colours as well, so I'm probably gonna have to get some more because they are definitely worth investing. They are amazing sunglasses. The quality is insane, so that is why the Quay Australia Desi Perkins sunglasses are in my summer favourites. The next thing I have is the Wonder 10 leave-in treatment for your hair. I'm actually on my second bottle of this. I got my first one about a year and a half ago. Basically last January, so January 2016, I had balayage put into the bottom of my hair, like a lighter blonde colour, and that was the first time I really coloured my hair, and it was only the ends, and I found that every time I'd washed my hair after it was coloured, it was really tough to brush through. So I asked my hairdresser about it because obviously up until that point my hair was absolutely fine to brush through, but after I'd had it coloured at the ends it was just really difficult. So I spoke to my hairdresser and I asked her if there was anything that she would recommend, and she recommended this to me. So this is a leave-in treatment after you've washed your hair. So I shampoo and condition as normal, and then I apply this to the ends of my hair only, so from about mid length to the ends. I don't really put this at the roots of my hair because I feel like it would just make it more greasy more quickly, so I just apply it to the ends, and that's where the colour was anyway, at the ends, and I just brush it through. I do brush my hair when it's wet. I know you're not really meant to because apparently it can like break it and stuff, or can damage your hair, but I've never found that it's been a problem for me, and I just find it easier to brush when it's wet. So I spray this to the ends of my hair every time I've washed it, and then I'll leave it a few minutes, and then I'll just brush it through with a tangle teaser or a hairbrush, whatever I have to hand, and it just makes brushing my hair so much easier, and I feel like it does give it a bit of shine. I used it this morning after I washed my hair. I did get this from the salon that I go to, but I think you can get it on Amazon. I think Beauty Bay may sell it. I don't know, I'll give a link in the description to all of these different products if you want to try them out for yourselves. But yeah, this one is definitely not even just my summer favourite, it's been a favourite of mine since January of last year. So I've been using it for like just over a year and a half, and it has definitely made my hair nice and soft and manageable to brush through, and I couldn't do this before. Like after I'd had it coloured, if I tried to do that, it just wouldn't work. It is definitely one of my summer and all year round favourites. So the next thing I have is the Body Shop Vitamin E Overnight Serum in Oil. I bought this quite a while ago and I used it, and then I kind of moved on to something else and it got forgotten about. I came across these a couple of months ago in my drawer, and I've been using it more regularly, and I can definitely tell a difference in my skin. My skin feels a lot softer, and one of the things I was worried about with it being an oil is because I have quite oily skin, I didn't want it to sort of make it even more oily, so I apply this overnight and it sinks into my skin overnight, and when I wake up in the morning it still feels like soft. It doesn't feel greasy, it just feels like really soft and smooth. I've used it quite a few times and there's still quite a lot of product left. You really don't need a lot. I just drop a little bit onto my forehead, my cheeks, my chin and my nose, and I'll just rub it into my skin and then just let it sink in overnight. It kind of restores my skin overnight and then makes my skin look really nice and fresh the next day. So that is why this was part of my summer favourites. The next thing I have is the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturising Gel. It's all kind of stuck to the back because it was sat on my bed like this for about the past hour and I'm almost all out of it, so it's kind of all stuck at the side. But this is one that I've actually mentioned in a previous favourites video, I believe. I can't remember which month, but it was one that I've definitely mentioned before. This moisturiser is aimed for combination oily to oily skin, so it's perfect for me. And I find that when I wear this under my makeup does sit a lot better on my face. I also use a primer as well on top. But the moisturiser just smooths my face ready for my makeup application, and it just feels really nice on the skin, because some cleansing products that I've used and toners can dry out the skin a little bit and it can feel a bit tight. I put this on and instantly it just feels a lot more radiant, it feels a lot softer. And Clinique is a brand that you can trust. Like, it's such a reputable name. You feel like you are just getting the best product with them, and I love that they have different moisturisers for different skin types, so you can find the one that will fit you the best. This one, it feels really lightweight on the skin, but it sinks in so quickly, and I just love the way that it feels on my skin. So I'm probably gonna have to repurchase it because I'm almost out, but there's no other moisturiser that I've tried like this that works as well at sort of moisturising my skin throughout the day without making my skin oily, and that is why it made my summer favourites. So the final thing that I have, I was kind of debating whether or not to show you. I wasn't sure whether to include it in my favourites or not because it is still a new product. I only bought it a few weeks ago. It's the Olympus PEN E-PL8. I bought it along with the 45mm lens, and I love this camera. Up until earlier on, I was including this as part of my summer favourites because it definitely has improved my blog photography. So in that sense, this is a really, really great purchase, and I'm so glad that I bought it. But the other reason I bought this obviously was to film videos with, and I'm filming on my old camera because the screen on the Olympus Pen flips downwards like this. So when I have my tripod, obviously the tripod would go in here and the screen would be in the way, so you can't see yourself properly because the tripod would be in the way. So I bought a tripod adapter from Amazon. It was like really cheap, and it looks like this. So I put this onto my tripod earlier and I put my Olympus Pen on one side, but because obviously I have the camera this side, it kind of tilted like this. The tripod that I've got has like a level guide on the back so I can see that it's straight, whereas when I had this, the actual tripod itself was straight and flat, but when I had this on this side, it kind of tilted like that. The level on the back obviously stayed the same, but I could tell that the camera was like this and it was weighing it down. So then I tried to put my Canon G7X on this side to try and balance it out, but it just didn't look right. So if anyone knows anything about the Olympus Pen and tripods and tripod adapters, if I'm doing something wrong, please tell me, and if there's any way I can fix it, because I want to use this to film with, especially my sit down videos, but I feel like it just doesn't really work properly with this adapter. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what, but I need it to be level and straight. I'm going to kind of move on from that though, because I don't want this video to be a review of the camera. It is my summer favourites. I'm including it purely because the photos that I've taken recently for my blog, if you look back, the last 4 posts have been with this camera and they are all insanely good. Like, the quality compared to what I used before, which is the Canon G7X, the quality is so much better for photography on my blog, and I'm so glad that I bought it. So even just for that, it is a good purchase, especially as it was on offer, plus the 45mm lens as well. But I kind of need some help with the whole tripod issue because yeah, it's just not really working for me. So yeah, other than that, it does make my summer favourites. So that brings me to the end of my summer favourites video. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the new format of doing it each season rather than each month. I think I prefer it just because I feel a little bit less stressed to have to do it every month, and I can do like a little roundup of what I loved throughout the season. I think it's quite nice, it's a bit different, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Yeah, they just work so well together, and keeping with the same brand as well, you know it's gonna complement one another. There's not... Ow! That really hurt. Oh my god. I literally don't even know how that just happened. Ah. Ow. I was gonna say there's nothing in it, thankfully. That still really hurt. Anyway, Bondi Sands. Ow.